this is him, but at times it definitely can also be you on a subconscious level. And I know you just said whatever comes through, you're not necessarily asking. Yep, look. Basically, the bottom line theme that's showing up right away is patience, optimism. Bottom line, patience, optimism, patience, optimism. See the glass half full, see the glass half full. Let me get more on this. When it comes to love, when it comes to money, when it comes to life, look, I just shuffled and they said luck is on your side. Luck is on. See, this is the point. Did everyone hear everything I just said? I said the bottom line point is patience and optimism, patience and optimism. And then it said, because nothing is yet set in stone, meaning you're still waiting for things to pan out, particularly when it comes to love, particularly when it comes to moving out. And they're saying, even though nothing is yet set in stone, luck is on your side. So it's like having to be patient and optimistic as you're awaiting everything that's going to unfold that has yet to fully unfold. Honestly, though, him telling me all that validates my feelings, because if someone else sees that, that's nice. Absolutely. Especially since he knows him. Absolutely. 100%. Yes, of course. So even though it was, it validated what I said, but this is someone who personally knows him and is validating those things as well. So you feel that you've got lots of validation on what you feel, but they're still saying, and it's not necessarily saying, stay positive and optimistic about him 24/7, just about love 24/7, just about your future 24/7, but also seeing the glass half full on things have yet to fully unfold, and this is what he has to go through as well. Exactly. Oh, you mean additional clarity beyond what you and I had just talked about earlier? So look, they said, it's just a matter of time. There will be a new beginning. See, nothing is yet. I show the shuffle to validate what's coming through. And I'm only repeating this for new people because everyone here who knows me already knows this, that my spirit team chooses which cards to come out. That's why they're going to be so validating, like what you see in my hand. It's just hard for me to believe. And it's not that I don't believe you. No, I get it completely, Iris. Validation, reassurance, it is crucial, and it's underestimated, and I think I say this a lot. If someone has known me for many, many years, or who has had readings with me many, many years, they know that I'm real and that I'm valid, but it can, over time, it can still sound like, oh, maybe it's too good to be true, or maybe it's wishful thinking, or I believe it, but I would like to, I'll believe it even more when I see it. That's normal for anything. I feel the same way. Everyone feels the same way. They're like, we believe it, but when we see it, then it's really going to drive it home. Or if somebody else validates it, it's really going to drive it home. That's why the cards are so validating, because if I just tell you what I feel and think, it will feel like and sound like I'm just telling you what I feel and think. But if the cards are validating it, it's like, oh no, it's not just what she feels and thinks, because she shuffled and the same cards came out validating that story. So there's just, you can never have enough validation. So it's almost like I just don't believe it. But he has a lot to change to meet my standards. Right. And I have said that he has a lot to change to meet your standards. Right. It's not that he's a bad person. He's just not ready yet to be what you need. Like, what you want and need and are ready for is somebody that is like very ready for a legitimate, relationship. Because if you want someone to be open, honest, and consistent with you, men correlate that with, oh, I've got to be, that means that we're massively committed. because I'm not going to be consistent and open and honest with you unless you know, that's the equal of a relationship. That's equal of commitment. You know, they're like, I could just do whatever I want or say whatever I want, but you're holding me to a standard of a relationship. So not everybody is ready for that. Not everyone is ready for that. So they're saying nothing is yet set in stone, but luck is on your side. It's just a matter of time. There will be a new beginning. That is the point. This was a feeling of loss and sadness that happened at the time that it ended. And he is feeling lack mentality and loss. Same energy here with the Five of Pentacles. Same energy here with the Five of Pentacles again. It just came out over and over and over again. This is lack, loss, pessimism about the mystery and uncertainty of things that are yet to be set in stone, things that have not come to final fruition yet. It's that gray area transitional stage of feeling low. So that's how he feels about his money and about losing you. And at times that's how you have felt about him. Do you mind asking what is to come for us in the future, like romantically, dating wise? Absolutely, I will ask. So essentially all of this is lots of reflection, patience, 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 awakening, awakening, awakening. You are the Queen of Wands. You are a boss. You're courageous. You're not full of fear. Or maybe your version of fear is different. Like, doesn't mean you don't have fear, but you're not afraid to take action. You're not afraid to take initiative. You're not afraid to take the lead. And he is not that way. I figured, and that's what this new guy told me. Okay, so let's see. Well, and also they're saying because he feels that he isn't financially ready, that you're not going to accept him until he's financially ready. He does feel that. Look, it's the same energy here. We got the Seven of Pentacles again. Both of you are doing the same thing, going, we planted seeds with each other, like we started a foundation with each other. We thought there was going to be progress and potential, but it's moved a lot slower than what you anticipated. So there's this reflection of going, is there still potential? Is there still? And it's like, this is the equivalent of, do I see the glass half full on how far I've come, or do I see the glass half empty on what I don't have yet? Because you want speed and momentum. He wants speed and momentum in career and money. You want speed and momentum in career and money for him so that he could be ready to be more for you. So I'm getting there is progress and momentum that is starting to kick in and develop, even though you don't see it yet, even though it hasn't happened yet. And the pace and the timing is, and will always be the number one issue on your end, because you're ready before he is. You move faster than he does. So you guys are not calibrated on the pace right now. So what is to come is there will be a new beginning. Same energy over here. There is some overthinking that's happening and lessons that have been learned. And there will be a message, there will be a new beginning. Let's get more on what is to come, because you're asking like beyond that. See, this is the point. I said, you're asking what's to come beyond that. Yeah, she wants to know what's being manifested. What is yet to come to full fruition? What is being manifested behind the scenes? When is it going to come to full fruition? Are my manifestations coming in? He just needs to man up and like really get it together mentally as well. Okay. What I'm getting is you both are being forced to heal a wound tied to fear and rejection and fear of rejection. That is a wound that's happening. You both are thinking about each other. You both cross each other's minds. He wasn't ready yet. He's not quite ready yet. Patience and inner peace is the lesson in this. Yeah, surrendering. So far, I'm going to go beyond this, but they're bringing up, you guys did have, are having, and will still have some challenges, some obstacles, some frustration, some anger. It's forcing a spiritual awakening on both ends, for you both to face your fears, for you both to face your fear of rejection, for you both to prioritize inner peace. It's screaming is not time yet, but I'm trying to get past that now that they won't shut up. Your spirit world won't shut up about all that. Okay. Well, they're telling me right now that the reason they keep saying this is because that is what needs to be heard, seen, learned, and known in order to affect what the outcome will be. Where did the magician go? They're saying it is not yet set in stone. The magician disappeared somewhere. If you want to manifest a positive outcome here, you both have work to do on prioritizing inner peace and patience, surrendering fear and fear of rejection, and then there can be a positive outcome. Look, it's because this is the long-term goals that you guys are looking at. You're ready, he's not ready yet. So you're like, well, what's going to happen out there yonder? Again, same thing. You're saying, is there potential? Is this really worth it? Is it going to grow? Is it going to happen? How is this going to develop? How's this going to develop later on over time? Out there yonder. The same message. 2 of Wands and 3 of Wands are both someone looking out, wanting to plan and prepare and predict the future on how's it going to grow? How's it going to progress? How's it going to develop? So they just keep repeating you over and over again. We're going to get more answers. Well, I think that is the point, is when you truly master, and this is something that most people go their entire lifetime and never truly master, by the way. But when you truly master true inner peace, it's not going to affect you as much on when he's ready or how he's ready. You're going to be like, well, I can, if he reaches out, I can be friendly with him and see what happens, but I'm going to still mind my own business, and I'm not going to overgive. I'm not going to overinvest. We're going to see what happens. I'm not going to let it affect me. And as you know, I'm going to watch his actions. Same thing, like future. You're wanting to see the future. Magician again. You're like, I want to manifest a certain future outcome. Is there truly potential and progress for this to happen? They're saying your wish will be fulfilled, so be careful what you wish for. Are you wishing for more challenges by saying, I'm just worried there's no more challenges. I can't deal with it anymore. Make sure you're not manifesting challenges. Go, I'm manifesting a positive outcome. What's meant to be will be. Let me get more though. Yeah, see, this is what you're wishing for. Like the grass looks greener on the other side. It looks green. I want to see what's going to happen with him. I'm going to keep my space and distance. And I want to see that he actually does the right thing. And that he actually is going to fulfill my wishes. The block is work. So I feel that, your question was, what do I see with the future in dating? What I see is there is potential down the road, but the current energy is blocked surrounding busyness and work. That's what you both are meant to prioritize right now. So let me see. See, they're bringing up ambitions. What are you guys? You both are very ambitious about career and money, about your romantic love, future life. Ambitions are your goals in general. You have a lot of goals, a lot of desires. You're a very ambitious person. They're saying you're going to have this phase of uncertainty, and during this time, you're forced to forgive. The outcome is forgiveness for things to change. So basically, you both being able to not feel so fearful of being backstabbed or betrayed by each other. Believe in the impossible, surrender to the divine, bring love into the situation. What I am getting is there is still a lot of potential, and there already is progress behind the scenes for you guys to have a loving connection in the future. However, they're saying it hasn't happened yet because it's not time yet, and because you guys have to forgive and you have to let go and you have to focus on love instead of too much self-protection. Like maybe balance. You're the Queen of Swords, but also balance it with the Queen of Cups, that energy. Yeah. They're saying your wish, there's this potential for your wish to be fulfilled, that he's going to fulfill your wishes, but it's not going to be until after he feels he's accomplished some level of success on the goals that he has for himself, because you will perceive him as somewhat being avoidant until he feels that he has accomplished enough to be enough for you when it comes to career and money. It just feels like it seems impossible. And that's the point. They said, believe in the impossible. And you're like, it just sounds too good to be true. It doesn't sound possible. You know why it doesn't seem possible? Because it's not possible right now. And you are correct. But that doesn't mean it's not possible down the road. Bottom of the deck is the King of Wands. It's a matter of timing. This is the Lovers and the Ace of Pentacles. That is true. That's a good perspective. Yeah. Look, I knew that the Knight of Pentacles was going to show up. It's at the bottom of the deck. You guys have a very twin flamish type of vibe. You want something more consistent and official and from him. And he has it very tied up with being a provider financially. Nice. This is the point. This is the entire point of your reading. Because even though you said whatever comes out, deep down inside, what you're, I don't know what the right word is, but let's just say what you care about is, what is the future outcome? What is the future outcome? And they said, mastering the truth about the future. Because it seems impossible. And you're being forced to surrender to the divine. And the fact that your buzzer went off right after I said all of that is also a sign of reassurance. That there's a part of you that really doubts that there's truly potential. And that's okay. It's actually okay for you to think that there's no potential in the future, because that will force you to surrender. So it's kind of a mind game that you can play on yourself. Okay, then don't believe that it sounds too good to be true. That's actually to your advantage. Because that means you're being forced to surrender. I just have lost faith in men. And I understand, and there's a lot of people in this world, not all of them are, functioning to full capacity, and it just takes one person, and divine intervention and divine order and timing will make sure that you're aligned when you need to be with someone that will treat you well and will do the right thing. And at one point, he will do more. He will do more eventually. He's just definitely not ready for all of this right now at all. Meaning, like, you need and want a lot more than he's ready to give or capable of giving yet. It's all about timing. You're so welcome, Iris. Thank you so much, and thank you everybody who's here. These are paid readings. The list is open. The link is in my bio, lisastaggs.com. I have Jody next, and then Bailey. I have Jody and Bailey. Bailey, your wait list is about 15 minutes. Everybody is encouraged to stay and watch for free because other people's readings can still benefit and resonate for you. And I encourage you to like, share, and follow, and tap the screen. These are paid readings. The list is open. The link is in my bio, and the current wait list is about 20-25 minutes. You're looking for insight on your marriage. We've been through a rough cycle. I'm sorry to hear that, Jody, and so nice to see you here. I know that I have connected with you before, and I appreciate you. We will get some insight for you. Cards are optional. Straight channeling and mediumship are options as well. Of course, I do use my intuition as I'm reading the cards as well. I just got to blow out some of that energy. My biggest disappointment is that I no longer feel emotionally space to express my feelings. Yeah, that absolutely will never be okay, no matter what. Are you saying that you feel that your feelings are being shut down or unheard or misunderstood? Always express your true and authentic feelings when it comes to a marriage. Whether you feel that person understands you or not, you guys can also talk about love languages and how to relate to each other so that you both feel seen and heard. Right. Dismissed, minimized, so kind of like gaslit. And I feel like it's not uncommon when it comes to relationships. We've been to therapy, but he's so cold. I'm going to see what the cards say, but if you're being dismissed and minimized often and someone is being cold, those are all red flag signs of somebody who is emotionally disconnected, emotionally pulling back, emotionally unavailable, emotionally they're lacking the empathy. And a lot of times lack of physical touch makes me sad and I feel lonely. Yeah, all of these are screaming someone who's disconnected. And if you've already said and done a lot and you've gone to therapy, it often means you, look, the bottom of the deck is the King of Swords, and that would be someone that's cold as well. Not always, but they can have that side. It doesn't mean it's hopeless, but there's a lot that needs to change, and what you can do is pull back your energy to some extent, because sometimes the lesson is not to self-abandon, to make sure that you are filling your own cup with love, like self-care. Let's see what's coming through here. I'm going to see what comes through, but I kind of want to address what you're saying here. You said, should I keep trying? And the answer is yes and no, because the way to keep trying is to pull your energy back and focus on you and focus less on him. Focus on self-fulfillment and less on him. Taking a step back, like not overextending your words and time and energy and effort to try to get him to open up and change, because you can't force someone to open up if you've already said and done enough and you've been to therapy. Sometimes, okay, fine, I'll give you your space. I'm going to mind my business and I'm going to focus on me. Even though we're still married, even though we're quote unquote still trying, I'm going to wait and let you come to me. I'm going to wait and let you see. I'm going to watch your words and actions or lack thereof. Like, know when to, like, this is him, this is you. And instead of you always doing this, you just stay right here and go, I'm going to wait and see if he's going to start making some changes. But let's see what the spirit world wants to address as well. I see what's here. I get it. I want to go deeper before I say anything. Because essentially, this is the question you asked. This is you wanting to know the long-term outcome, future, and timing of, is it worth it? Is it going to change? What's the future? What's going to happen here? And I feel with this, I'm going to, and by the way, this validates what I was saying too, because this is about you not giving your power away, you embracing your power. Let me ask you this. Do you feel like you're the one who often initiates things, either physical touch or conversations or trying to, you know, for lack of a better word, butter him up or do something to, you know, either to complain or to, you know, get him to open? That's the problem. That's the problem. Not saying he's not the problem first, but you got to stop. You've already done it. You've already tried. There's a thing called the pendulum theory or the boomerang theory. And when you let go, it will come back to you. But if you put force, it goes away from you. Right. Well, you've already been humble enough. You've already tried to fix it enough that it's your time to step back and stand in your power. I'm getting a fresh, this is what I felt like. A fresh approach is needed. Stop doing the same thing. If you've already done all those things, that's repeating the same thing. A fresh approach is needed. Sometimes this is what it feels like too. Tell me if this makes sense, because this is what it felt like. And this is very common. I'm not making judgments. I've done all of this in the past. And I'm going to lose it. I had it right here. This is what it feels like. It feels like, shoot, I should have just said it when I had it. I had something that they showed me. It feels like, I had a good point, but it's the same point and I lost what I was going to say. But it just feels like, let me read what you said again. I'm always trying to be humble and fix it. Makes sense. Yes. Okay. So you're repeating the same patterns of, basically when you keep, you know how they say, be the bigger person or take it on the chin or it is essentially you're chasing him. That is how the energy is. It's you overgiving and self-abandoning. So that's when you got to go, okay, I've already been humble enough. I've already tried to fix it enough. I got to take a step back so that I'm getting, he's also very independent. So it almost can feel to him like you're smothering him or that you're needy or that you're desperate or that you worship him. And it can be an ego boost where it becomes very toxic. Let me get more. I'm also getting that you're supposed to learn a different level of your own independence. Perhaps he doesn't, and I'm not saying he's right. I'm just explaining. Like, I feel it's one of those dynamics where if you were very independent and you had like your own, and I'm not saying you don't have any of these things, but if you had your own work, your own hobbies, your own friends, your own things, and you're like, oh, well, he's cranky or ignoring me, I'm just going to ignore him and I'm going to focus on all these other things. He would be like curious and interested in chasing you and pursuing you. But when you're putting all the effort towards him, he gets to be obnoxious. He gets to pull back. there's an avoidance that's being triggered in him. Does that make sense? Okay. So they're saying that you guys can work it out and will work it out, but there's also other things underneath the surface that are contributing to this problem from when it started in the beginning, that either one or both of you may be harboring some resentments or grudges about things that were said and done in the past. Does he feel like you harp on things or that you complain or anything like that? And again, I'm not on his side, trust me. I'm just trying to help you see the picture, because they're saying there's a rebirth, new beginning. A fresh approach needs to happen. Essentially, what you guys have been doing isn't working. There needs to be a little space. Oh, that's what it was. Like, sometimes you just need space. This is what it felt like. A lot of times when two people are potentially not on the same page or fighting, whether it be friends or lovers or married partners, I feel like he uses all past against me and doesn't let things go. Right. So that is the issue. They're saying there is a lack of forgiveness in order to have a fresh start. Right. So yes, they were saying somebody is harboring something that they need to forgive, one or both of you, in order to truly have a fresh start, instead of like keeping grudges and holding things in. And he does hold a lot in, is what they're saying. He doesn't always say what he's thinking and feeling until he's angry or until it's negative. So he does have that issue where he needs to forgive and let go. Let me ask you this. When two people start to have a disagreement or argument or problem, he has a hard time saying sorry for his part in our issues. That makes sense. Basically, they're just bringing up like all the arguments have created this buildup where there is potential for you guys to handle this differently. When you know, I see it, but I don't know how to put it into words. Let's say there's two people and there's starting to be some sort of a disagreement or an argument. And one person wants their space. They want to give you the silent treatment, or they want to walk away, or they want to leave the house, or they want to watch TV. And then the other person wants to talk it out right then and there. And then it gets worse because it's almost feels like he needs a breather period. Does that ever happen with you guys? I am so sorry that you're sad. I do see potential. I feel that you feel this is just so overwhelming. And I'm getting that there will be there can be gradual progress over time. I feel like I agree with you, but I feel that he will likely be willing to talk things out if you let him have some space. And then come back to it later. Like if you want to talk about something right away, or when he's not ready, it can make it worse. And again, I'm not saying you're at fault. I'm just showing you how to deal with it, how to deal with him. Yeah. They're saying there will be a transformation. There is that your heart is safe and protected, but you're so sad right now, because it feels like it's impossible to get on the other side of this. And it's because there needs to be compassion and forgiveness on both ends. Instead of rehashing, and don't get me wrong, clarity and rehashing is a part of it. Expressing emotions and feelings is a part of it. But I feel like a little bit of space, a little bit of pulling back, and then gradually over time, learning how to communicate in a different way You can't change him. You can only change you. It's not your fault, but I'm just showing how to work through this. That there's this potential for it to work out is what they're saying. Does he feel that your standards for what you want is too high? See, look, they said stand still, solitude. They're validating what I've said. Like, they just want you to take a step back a little bit. Give him some space. Don't get upset when there's moments of stillness. You know the saying, they say don't leave a pea under the rug, or don't go to sleep mad. So then maybe you're like, well, I want to talk about it now, or let's fix this now. And maybe that's true, but there's just some level of space that needs to happen here. It's almost like you guys got into a pattern or a rut. Okay. You know what it feels like? It just feels like, okay, so let's say he travels for work. When he comes back, when he first comes home, let him decompress, let him relax, be positive and optimistic. Lead by example on what you want the energy to be. Give him a little space to kind of settle in, and then let him come to you. Or you could have a nice little treat ready or whatever. It feels like they're telling me gradually things will get better. But you guys are in a rut. This personal issue will reach a resolution. There will be progress and momentum. It just feels like what you guys have been doing isn't working. Things need to change. It's a different way of approaching the situation. Have you guys talked about what your different love languages are? Now I know that, okay. I know this is a heavy thing for you, understandably so, but do you tend to be a highly anxious person anyway before this, like a year ago or two? Or is it just this? Because I feel a lot of intense anxiety or intense emotions, and obviously it would be because of this. But I'm wondering, was that something that you've dealt with before also? They're also bringing up a side note that your intuition is calling you to do something a little bit different. Well, I mean, meaning like, are you feeling called to take on a hobby or a new project or learning something new? Your intuition, have you been curious about expanding your own intuitive abilities? Yeah, it feels like there's something about learning. Either you want to learn a new career or you want to read a book. There is something about learning keeps coming up over and over again. I feel I meant to do something more meaningful. Maybe you want to teach. I don't know. There's something going on there about learning a new path. And I agree. They're saying do that. The issue is there's old anger and frustrations and annoyances that you and your husband are having, and you're not at inner peace right now. I'm not sure how yet. That's okay. Just act on your intuition and trust the timing. Here's what they're saying. They're saying stay strong, breathe, pray, meditate, whatever you can do to stay calm, prioritize your inner peace. Because some of this stuff is tied to both of you overthinking, both of you being angry, both of you being triggered. And it's really hard to be romantic when there's quote unquote that baggage. And I don't mean it in an insulting way, but when you have a history of arguments that are, and been in a rut for a year, there's lack of forgiveness, there's some anger and frustrations, there's some overthinking, there's some fears, there's some triggers. It's creating a problem that's having a negative impact on the ability to have romance with each other. And they're saying you can have it back again when you guys forgive each other and let go of the anger and frustration and have more inner peace. You can't change or control other people, but you can change and control how you feel deep down inside. So as you prioritize your own inner peace and you explore your own hobbies and passions, it will kind of redirect your energy a little bit so that you feel even lighter. And it's almost like you can lead by example. Like if you are approaching him when you're sad or anxious or fearful or angry, all it's going to do is draw that same mirrored back energy to you. So if they're saying like, let's get you to a place where you feel balanced and calm and powerful and hopeful. And that will actually help you lead by example to mirror, to bring that energy out in him. You're so welcome, Jody. Thank you so much. I don't normally, Jody, but I can. Meaning it's not a problem. I absolutely can. So the answer is yes on YouTube, but it may be up to 24 plus hours before I get it up there, depending on when the file is ready. Okay. I don't feel that he, let's see, I don't think he is not romantically involved with the girl in the picture. I felt that he was not, and what I'm getting is, she is, what they said about her is kinship, community, or group. So either this is a friend, friend of a friend, family friend, or coworker, or old classmate. There's something, camaraderie with the two of them, or, you know, mutual acquaintance energy between the two. There's something like that going on. It doesn't mean, you know, I'm not claiming it to be 1000% innocent, but it's not 1000% bad. Like, it feels relatively innocent. It feels that you can let it go for now. He may be, you know, talking to friends, male and female, at this time as a distraction at times. It feels like he's not going to reach out this week or respond this week, but I'm double checking. Oh, okay. Let's see. You're still here, Bailey, right? Okay. I feel like within there's a high likelihood that he's going to reach out within 2 weeks or less. So let's see, what are we on, Wednesday? It depends on what you think the end of the week is. Like, he wants to reach out. The issue that's showing up to me is that you are very overwhelmed and feeling very heartbroken and alone and feeling very intensely, and it's overwhelming you because of the move. Because you either just moved, or you're moving this week, or you're moving at the end of the week, or you're moving next week, that you are too caught up on, you guys talking sooner than later or seeing each other sooner than later because of the move. Because see, the World card came out, the Fool card came out,